The UN in China's Imagine 2013 campaign for sustainable development has wrapped up in Beijing. The UN invited Chinese youth to show their imagination through art pieces on what the world would look like if one of the UN's 17 development goals was achieved. Pop singer and idol Yuan from famous Chinese band TFBOYS participated in the event. Our reporter Wang Hui sat down with him to talk about his experience with the campaign and more.
雨再大也总要回家，被淋湿的鞋晒干再出发，轻松的步伐被泥土冲刷。
16-year-old Wang Yuan is one of the members of a hugely famous Chinese band, TFBOYS. To promote sustainable development, Wang submitted his cartoon drawing to the UN in China, demonstrating his vision for quality education. Ahead of the Imagine 2030 closing ceremony in Beijing, he made a speech at the UN Youth Forum in New York, becoming the first Chinese young celebrity to talk there.
And hopes that our determination can make a difference. Thank you very much.
Well, you are here for the closing ceremony of the Imagine 2030 campaign as one of the winners. And when you took part in the UN Youth Forum, the subject you addressed was quality education. So what's your definition of quality education, and what can young people do to facilitate it?
Indeed, I came here to participate in the UN China Imagine 2030 campaign. I'm honored to receive this award. In my opinion, quality education means education equality, regardless of where one is or their gender. All people should receive an equal education. Quality education not only provides knowledge from textbooks, but also provides all-round development. It should also provide tailored education to students on an individualized level, catering to their needs.
Well, I remember you explained why you supported the subject, because it was close to your daily life. So I wonder if there was any incident that inspired you to come up with this idea.
The internet is well developed now, so no matter where you are, be it China or abroad, you can see that there are poor children unable to receive an education. This leads to them remaining in the countryside or mountain area their entire lives. When they grow up, they get married and have children, with their children remaining in these mountain areas and continuing an endless cycle. This situation has really touched our hearts. As these kids are the same age as us, we wonder, why can't these kids get an education, but we can? And since I entered this industry, I can somehow influence some people. I think I can help these poor children through my influence.
The video of you making your speech at the UN was a real hit, but it became controversial. Some people were so proud of you, but others were picky about your English. But did you think, even before you had accepted the invitation, that it could receive so much negativity?
Of course, I had thought about it. First, I think I know my English capabilities better than anybody else does. I know my English is not very good. English is not my mother tongue. There have been many events to participate in recent years, so the time for school for English classes is very limited. Also, I'm not in an English-speaking environment on a regular basis, so I don't think my English is good. Before I went to the UN headquarters, they told me to make a speech in English. I told them that I would have a Chinese accent. They said that it was not a problem, as language is just a tool for people to communicate. You will not have a feeling of superiority if your English is good. I agree.
But you still decided to go ahead and do it?
Yes, but later on I heard different voices. First, I appreciate those that gave me compliments, as well as those who criticized my English. As I know my English is not good, they let me feel my English was even worse, so it has become a motivation to study even harder.
The event you are participating in is called Imagine 2030. So 2030, that will be 13 years from now. You will be 30 years old. So can you imagine what you will be like when you are 30?
这个其实如果说长相什么，我觉得还真的想不出来。
In terms of what I look like, I can't picture it. I'll work hard from now and put in the effort. I must help more people through my power, and not do things against my will. I simply have to do what I set my mind to.
Ideally, what kind of person do you want to be?
I'm sure the 30-year-old version of me will not regret the person I am today.